people get involved in your campaign. They say, you know what, I love this woman. I love what she's doing. She's fighting for us. This is John Villarreal reporting for Conservative New Media.
I want to hear from people. What do you want to name this mosque? If you're naming the mosque, what do you name the mosque?
And not naming it. You just can't call it the mosque at Ground Zero.
So what else are you going to call it?
So we're going to call the mosque at Ground Zero, since you can no longer say the mosque at Ground Zero.
Now,
that's what I want to do.
I want to say a couple things. Now, I've said it on our Conservative New Media videos, stuff like that. I don't care what religion you are, within reason. I mean, if you're like a hardcore Satanist or something like that.
Within reason?
Within reason, right? I mean, like...
Okay, I'm sorry. We got to delve into this one. Where's the line?
Well, we'll get into that, but let me just say this.
No, we got a whole Supreme Court that...
I know, but let me just say this. All I want to say is, I don't care if they... Me personally, you know, I don't care if they have it at Ground Zero. I don't care if they build a mosque in place of Ground Zero as a general principle, right? I don't care if they build a mosque outside of my house. I don't care if they build a mosque right beside my house. I know lots of people from all over the world. I have lots of Muslim friends. They keep talking about, you know, tongue-in-cheek, they're going to convert me, whatever. I know guys from and women from Afghanistan. I get from Iran, Yemen, this and that, whatever, and all that type of stuff. And they're some of the nicest people. They love to party. They have a good time. I mean, you can't bring anyone with a broad brush. But my only point is this, and there's two main points. One is, hey, if you want to get along with people, then get along with people. And if you're going to call, and the sub-point of that is, and obviously 70% of the people are against this. That means, you know, Democrats, independents, whatever. It's not just Republicans. And also, guess who else is against it? Governor Patterson, Democrat in New York, Howard Dean, head of the DNC, Harry Reid, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so we got a lot of people that are against this stuff, and I think that they should take Governor Patterson's cue. And I said this on all our videos, you know, a long time ago, like last week. You know, why don't you get together with people? If Obama wanted to really lead, he'd get people together and get some of the Ground Zero family. And I will say this: I'm cool with everything. I didn't lose anyone in September 11th. I don't live in New York City, right? So they have a different view on this. Get people together and come together and have a commonality in this and come up with a solution and turn it into a real cultural center, turn it into a peace mosque, turn it into a real outreach center, and have it to be a place
where happen.
Well, but have it to be a place where everyone can be happy and proud of, instead of this screw you mosque.
It's holy ground. All right, somebody in the chat room said the bridge building Ground Zero Islamic Love Fest Mosque, or maybe Ground Zero Bacon Target. That'll work. Alan's out in Modesto. Alan, good afternoon.
Hey, Dave. You're talking about naming the mosque the George Bush cause. Did you hear the fact that this crazy congressman from Florida this morning or yesterday actually did blame this on him?
Oh, I'm sure he did.
Wow.
I'm sure he did.
Oh my gosh.
We're talking about Alan Grayson?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that guy. Oh my gosh.
Said Republicans just wanted to cause people to die.
Well, of course.
When I hear Alan Grayson, I feel like he's trying out for Air America every time.
Yeah, but they're defunct. Well, yeah, Alan. So that's what he said. That.
Yeah. Well, what he said is that George Bush let this happen. he said that. Yeah, that he had a memo and a notice from the CIA, and he said...
Well, and tell him to share it with us all if he's got it.
Exactly.
That's the
I
problem.
wanted to ask you, what happened to naming it the Cordoba Mosque, because there's significance to that.
I realize that there's significance to that, but they backed away from that as people began to realize that. I'm not convinced. They started calling it, the official name of the project now is the Park 51 project.
Right.
But I don't know that the name Cordoba House has ever been dropped officially.
Well, I think that up yours...
And do you think that that's code word? Do you think they did that intentionally?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Absolutely, because that symbolizes the death. They destroyed a church and built a mosque in Cordoba
in
killed
Spain,
thousands of Christians.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well,
in your face.
Yeah, I would certainly agree. I'll appreciate the call. Steve's out in Waterford. Steve, good afternoon.
Hey, how you doing?
We are doing quite well.
How about tower replacement for the Center for the Muslim Faith?
All right, run that one by me again.
Tower replacement center for the Muslim faith.
Okay, so tower replacement center for the Muslim faith. Yeah, it kind of works. All right, so your implication is that they're replacing this. So, okay, explain to me your logic behind this.
They're replacing the towers with the Center for the Muslim Faith, with their mosque.
Okay. All right. I see what you're saying, except that the AP wants to fact check you here, Steve, and tell you that it's not at Ground Zero. You know that it's 600 feet away.
But I like what Steve's saying, and I would even twist that a little bit. Like I said, you could even have this, in my personal opinion, at actual Ground Zero. If you made it into like we're pro-America and pro-everybody type
Not
of...
going to happen.
No,
dude.
I'm just
I know
saying...
you're living in a fantasy.
No,
Steve,
I know I am,
Steve, I
but-
appreciate the call, man.
Sorry,
Thanks for it.
Steve.
You're living in a fantasy world, dude.
I know,
They
but-
are not going to come over to that side.
But here's the thing.
What are you smoking?
If
Prop
they-
19 has not passed yet.
No, it hasn't. What I'm saying is...
Kumbaya.
If they want to get along with folks, if they want to get, and don't you think it's instructive and insightful that they won't even meet with Governor Patterson to try to work this?
The mosque, as you are allowed to build church, and the Israeli are building their holy places. We have to build everywhere.
Those damn dirty Jews are building their holy places everywhere, so we have to build it on our holy places too. That's Hamas. That's
Yeah.
what they're saying.
No,
This is
I
the
know.
holy place.
Well, that's
we have
what I
to build
said.
it there.
They're
They're not going to come over to your side about going, oh,
No, well,
let's all
that's
be
unfortunate.
friends.
But who? And then ask who's running Islam right now. That's what I want to know. Look at Iran. Look at Saudi Arabia. Look at Hamas. Look at Hezbollah. I mean, come on. Put the poor people in Iran. They got shot in the streets. Okay, I mean, we should have supported them. We should have tried. I mean, we shouldn't be in Afghanistan. We should try to free the people of Iran. I'm not saying we should go in there with the military, but I'm saying that we need to do something to support those poor people. They just want to be free, and they're really cool, and they're smart and everything like that. And I'm just saying, like, wouldn't it be? I know it won't happen.
Frederick Douglass said it best.
But go ahead.
People that won't stand up and fight for themselves when they're capable of doing it aren't worth fighting for.
Okay, but I'm just saying, like, wouldn't it be cool to, like, be able to say, like, have Muslims and Jews and Catholics and everybody come together, and of course 9/11 families, everything, and put some kind of memorial there, some kind of center in there where we can say, you know what, we're all Americans, and we reject this kind of terrorism, we reject this kind of attack on America, we reject this kind of stuff. We're for America, we're for freedom of this, and we're for teaching people and coming together. That would be really cool. They can't decide what they're going to do with the World Trade Center site anyway. Do something like that. I know it won't happen, but it should happen.
You know what my old chief used to tell me? If and nuts were candy and nuts, if and butts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
There you go.
Larry's out Modesto. Larry, good afternoon.
How you doing, Dave?
Is that social fluff, or do you really want to know?
Well, the bottom line boils down to is let them build it and then implode it and say, that's what you get.
Oh, turnabout's fair play. I appreciate the call, Larry.
Wow.
Thanks for weighing in. It's 1:45. It's Afternoons Live. We'll continue in the chat room, but in the meantime, on the air, here's Kai with news.
Meanwhile, you got JDV over there, the altar boy, talking about Whip It. I mean,
Yeah, what am I doing?
just
Scars from my childhood.
Jeremy, you have just made up for the rest of the week.
That was really good.
The problems
I'll
that are
give you that.
Well, it kind of comes down to on this mosque, and whether they build it or not is
What's your
irrelevant.
bottom line on it?
My bottom line on it is I can't believe that the AP would put out a memo like this.
That's crazy.
And here's the thing I don't get. There's more to this story somewhere.
Oh, my God.
Sure they released it to the public. They released to the public a memo.
That's so weird.
That they were telling people not to call it the Mosque at Ground Zero. So they're trying to do one of two things here.
Ministry of Propaganda?
Bingo. They're trying to put out there that the evil Republicans are the one attacking, as they said, or they're just stupid. And I'm not willing to believe they're stupid.
Now,
And I still want this investigation that Nancy Pelosi. This investigation has to go through because it is now 5 days into this incident.
No one's paid
and I
you.
have not gotten a check yet.
Yeah, nobody's paid you.
So where is the funding for this opposition?
Well,
That's what I want.
here's my bottom line on it. As I said before, I don't care where they build it. I don't care what your religion is, as long as you're not trying to blow us up. Okay, and it doesn't bother.
You really don't care if this thing's at Ground Zero.
Me personally,
I don't see how you can say that.
No,
when you know that they believe that this is the holy ground of a victory.
Yeah.
When you know that that's what they believe, and I don't give a rat's behind what Imam Abdul Faisal Ralph says.
Right.
I listen to the folks that preach in their mosques over there.
Well,
and they see this as holy ground.
Okay.
And knowing that, how can you sit there and go, yeah, I'm okay with it?
Because here's the thing. My whole philosophy and strategy is, I'm half Hispanic and half white or whatever like that. I lived in, and nothing against it, I lived in Western Pennsylvania, small little town, Claysville, Pennsylvania, population 500. And that wasn't just there, but I've been called spick, wetback, everything in the book, whatever like that. I've been called a musclehead, all kinds of stuff. Everyone lives with all kinds of stuff. And my whole thing is, I believe what Martin Luther King said, what Gandhi said, and what Mandela says, that basically prison is in your mind. You can't give people control over you. I don't buy into this PC stuff. It's like sticks and stones, dude. You can say whatever, do whatever. They want to call it a victory. Who cares? It doesn't matter. Don't let it affect you. Now, that being said, that's where I come from.
You're totally wrong.
That's where JD. Well,
totally wrong.
I'm just like, dude. I don't let anyone else bother me like that. I don't let them get to me like that.
Really?
No.
That's
However,
not poking you. It's not going to bother.
that's poking me. But I'll say this very quickly. I have been, because we have conservative media. I run conservative media, the fourth largest mainstream conservative site in the world on YouTube, and I have been getting emails and videos on this issue for months. Like, people in New York are super pissed about this.
Well,
This is nothing to do with Republicans push this. Let me tell you, I have people from New York that have been begging me to cover this thing for a long, long time, and I just didn't want to do it, but now it's blown up.
All right, John's out Modesto. Let's get his take. John, good afternoon.
Hey, Dave.
Hi.
I think we should call it the AP Ground Zero Mosque.
Oh, that would work.
That's nice.
AP Ground Zero
That's a
Mosque.
work in
I
there.
like that.
Yeah.
I like that. That would work.